We need to get it together, fellas.
But if you want to make your point,
go
ahead.
Ice Williams.
Yeah, so again, I mean, I want to believe there's strategy to this, right? So, I mean, they're also talking about behind-the-scenes news is they're gearing up for next WrestleMania. So you got to flesh that story out. If they're, going at it now, we're just going to see a lot of fluff matches and situations. So I think, again, when Triple H said you haven't seen the full story, we have to somehow understand that they got something in the works.
Yeah, I agree. As far as the belt goes, I don't understand that either. I didn't necessarily think it was. I don't believe it was necessary. Depending on how long they're going to keep Roman out, I think it's maybe a way like UFC does it. If a fighter is going to be out for a length of time and they do an interim championship, and they've done it for guys that were only going to be out 8 or 9 months, I think. So, but as far as like the Raw and SmackDown, I have no actually, it didn't surprise me at all that Cody ended up opposite Roman, because if they're going a year out, like you were talking about, Dave, with the fleshing it out, like you're overthinking it, Mark, to the standpoint of like it only takes a second to fix it. So like they can have them separate, cool it off, let Cody get momentum, keep going, and then you can kind of come back together at the end where they face off at WrestleMania for, a unification or whatever, something like that. Maybe they'll let you throw the belt away at WrestleMania next year in Philadelphia.
But here's my thing. So we're starting, if you're starting a new title, if this is separate from the merged unified title, basically what you've told everybody is, number one, my champion, Roman Reigns, is too lazy to defend this title. He's a bad dude and he's a bum because he won't defend the title.
Well, let's get him on the phone.
I'm
find
fine
out
with
what
that.
he thinks. Yeah,
Okay?
no, that'd be great.
And we've got nobody that can beat Roman Reigns. So instead of figuring out a way to beat Roman Reigns, we're going to make another championship that's going to be, here's your consolation prize, everybody. The King's still over here, but none of you can beat the King, so we've got to make another championship just to make you feel better. It feels like a participation trophy to me.
Well, I think that I'm not saying that I agree with what they're doing based on what I'm seeing here, but I think trying to judge the book on chapter 1 is a mistake. Like, I think they're really early in this, and it looks like it's all in pieces, but I think the real judgment is going to be a little bit further down before we go, okay, because it might make a ton of sense in a month. That's all I'm saying. I feel like we're looking at it too soon.
Well, a great example is when you look at like The Rock versus Cena. When he came out, it was like a year from now, we're going to get down. And we were like, a year? Like,
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. How are they going to keep this going? And like,
they cooled it off.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about before the show, HBK was looking at the monitor and seeing Undertaker's matches. You knew the match was coming, but it was real quiet for a while, and then it built back up, and that's what I think they're going to do with this.
Yeah, they're made for an amazing moment. And as a kid, I like to go back to my childhood.
Of course.
Here. I was devastated when the gobbledygooker popped out.
We all were.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those situations.
But they killed it. They were smart to realize.
Yeah, they were like, maybe.
Where was that supposed to go? Was that supposed to go somewhere else, or?
No, this was going to be your new Intercontinental
Champion. He's going to win the Rumble. He's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Challenge for the title.
Yeah.
I don't know where anywhere in that whole idea anyone thought that was a good idea. Like, we'll put him in a bird costume.
Pritchard thought it was a good idea.
Right where it should have stopped.
Pritchard thought it was a good idea.
Man,
yeah.
Well,
he went to Vince and said, "Let's put Hector Guerrero in an egg, in a chicken suit."
Yeah.
This is a great idea. They're going to love it, Vince.
Well, you know the beautiful thing about it. 30 years later, here we are discussing
We're still talking about it.
It was one of those moments, man, and that's why I love this business.
Yeah.